Hi friends, I hope that you are having a wonderful day today. My name is Luciano and I make videos on the internet. I'm so excited to be sharing another new video with you. In today's video, we are in fact going to be continuing some Sonic Adventure 2 gameplay. I am excited. We are going to go ahead and start that right away, and I am going to tell you all about some stuff. I hope that your days have been going good. It has definitely been interesting adjusting to making videos again. I try to do a range of things with my day. I try to both make videos and I also apply for jobs, mostly writing jobs, and doing all sorts of other fun little things. I've started writing more jump chain stories and working on jumps in general. It has been a very creative time. I'm definitely still a little bit nervous, but our audience is growing. I'm starting to get some pretty valuable hours in all of the stuff that I do, and I have plans for more videos in the future that touch on both jump chain and non-jump chain things. I think it's interesting that I have a pretty healthy audience consisting of both jump chain fans and people who are not super into jump chains. In today's video, we are in fact going to be beginning the evil story, the dark story. We are going to let the cutscenes play out as they will. It is going to be a very interesting time. In the last Sonic Adventure video that I did, Sonic Adventure 2, I definitely had an experience adjusting to the mech gameplay. I do think that I'm going to be better prepared for it mentally now. As is the case in past videos, we are going to do two uh, levels, and then we're going to go ahead and call it there. This video might be a little bit longer than some of the other ones, just because we are doing this in one take, and we are taking on two very different levels. We're going to be taking on this level, and I think Dry Lagoon, shortly after facing a boss as Shadow. So we are actually going to be having a very interesting time today, taking a look at every single type of gameplay in the actual base game, aside from, dang it, there we go. Aside from, of course, the very rare racing levels, which is a thing that exists in this game. But yeah, I hope that y'all are doing good. September's been an interesting month. I am very excited to be back here doing the stuff that I like. I really enjoy being on video and having the opportunity to do stuff like this. I was volunteering with my friends over at First Friends in Greensboro, which is a Quaker community. It's a Quaker Friends meeting. We were at Pride just a couple of days ago, and I'm still in pain from that. For those of you who don't know, I am physically disabled, which is one of the reasons why, for me, doing stuff like making videos and having alternate means of making money is very important. It is difficult for me to do some more regular work just because of my physical disability and the fact that I'm chronically ill, which is a whole other separate thing. So my health and my body is just so much fun. I am glad that I am doing well on this level so far. I haven't been jump scared quite like I was in the last one, so that's good. It is allowing me to proceed at a nice pace. Let me just make sure that I don't get jumped by these robot enemies. The Sonic jump chains, because I am a jump chain person, are very interesting. I really like super speed, and in my Luciano the Jumper YouTube chain, super speed was one of the first real superpowers that Luciano got. So I feel like it makes sense that I would enjoy these kinds of games. I really like physical type jumpers, and the big gimmick for that chain was that this would be a more physical type jumper than most of my jumpers tend to be, as many of my jumpers tend to be what I call charisma mains. They're people who focus on sociality, and their real danger is letting them talk to you, because they can be very persuasive, they're very charismatic, and very scary in that way, rather than being just very good at fighting. But I thought it'd be fun to go and try and make a fighting type jumper who was more focused on kicking ass physically than beating you up with words. So far, we've done really good. I'm hoping that we can continue that, little friend. There we go. I forgot that you had to trigger the cutscene. But because of that, my jumper very quickly went to visit Sonic Adventure, and in Sonic Adventure was able to get super speed as well as flight and a ranged attack. It was that particular jumper's first time as a real adventurer other than where they started, which was Super Mario 64, and the powers that they gained from that were just really kick ass. I hope I did more than a D, but I probably did a D and D, so let's see how I did in this particular level. I did not get hit. A, B, let's go! That's pretty exciting. And because of that, Luciano had a very distinctive chain. I have done other stories where I have done other characters, and with most of my jumpers, the not-so-secrets is that they tend to be partial self-inserts. They tend to reflect aspects of my personality very strongly and then downplay other parts of my personality. Lucas, the jumper in New Chain, which is one of my main jump chain stories right now, and I still have plans in the work for, is very much a charisma, non-violence type jumper who is very good at violence but prefers not to do violence. And that particular jumper was also physically disabled, which is one of the big things that I use jump chains as an escape for. They very quickly were able to get over their disability in effect, but they essentially have a promise to never do just body mod stuff or to never do gauntlets, a quiet promise that will probably eventually be broken. Just because the nature of those jumps tends to reduce a jumper in power. And while their body mod would stop them from being physically disabled, they don't relish the thought of being even weakened physically again. They very much enjoy having the full range of their movements and being able to do all the stuff that they can with their body. So that is just not a thing that is going to be happening for them in terms of purposefully powering down. It's a very interesting chain. They've gone to several jumps. They're one of my few jump stories where you can find several dozen chapters in, I think now 4 different settings. They start off in a generic gamer / generic cubicle. Then they go to Lost Mines of Thundelver / Goblinoid. And from there, they go to generic bar / tavern owner and generic merchants, then Kill Bill, and their most recent jump, that was not what I wanted to do. Their most recent jump has been Tales of Horses, which is one of my favorites of the Tales of jumps. I really like Tales of Horses because it's not ridiculously overpowered. Dang, I actually died. That's crazy. I got a little bit too eager, but that's because I had forgotten the controls. But right now they're in Tales of Horses, which they've also fused with the Generic Wizard jump by Burkus. Generic Wizard is one of my favorite of Burkus's supermarkets that's not ridiculously overpowered. Supermarkets are dangerous because it's really easy for them to be really strong. And while Generic Wizard has a lot of very nice quality of life stuff, it is not nearly as powerful as some of the other supermarkets by Burkus that exist. And it's also possible to do supermarkets in ways that are a lot more balanced. The Edro Grimshell style of supermarkets, for those of you who don't know who Edro Grimshell is, you've probably seen a jump or two of his. He does the generic class jumps and also the Nexus Verse and Ravenwood jumps. Those are his big things, and those particular jumps are all very well done. His style of supermarkets is that he has price tiers for each one of the categories of perks in those jumps. I guess I do want to counter this. Okay, let me go ahead. Dang. As you can tell, we are not doing pro gamer strats over here, although we definitely started to cheese on them a little, so that's exciting. Are you okay? I can go ahead and I'll wait just a second, and then I will counter you. Go ahead and lose. And the way that those particular supermarkets work is that there are a number of perks per 50, 100, 200, 300, and sometimes 500 or even more prices. And that is really fun. It definitely makes things very different if you are designing builds. One of my favorites jumps of all time is Generic Bard. I think Generic Bard is one of the best first jumps if you don't need to overcome a specific disability, like many of my self-insert jumpers do. And if you are interested in just being a diverse variety jumper, I think the Generic Bard's one of the best first jumps you could go to. I also think that it's just a well-designed jump in general. I usually wait to send jumpers there for a little bit just because that tends to go better. It's better for them to be able to take on some drawbacks and get extra points as a result of those. And some of those drawbacks can be pretty brutal if that is your first jump. I don't really like to do lore drawbacks if it is a first jump, just because I don't think that most first jumpers, unless their backstory is that, oh, they're a warrior or a soldier, or they already have some other sort of power, I don't think most jumpers have the stuff to do well in a war setting as their first jump, unless they're doing something like generic military, which you actually could supplement with generic bard. You could totally have generic military be a non-modern jump, have it be something more medieval, and then also have generic bard. And the builds that you'd be able to design there are pretty good. That would be a lot of fun. As you can see here, we are letting the cutscenes play out, and it is making the video take just a little bit longer. It's a little bit fun, but that's fine. I'm hoping that y'all are having a good time as we go through this game. This is something for when I just want to do a talkie video. I meant to make a video on Friday, and it didn't work out. I considered doing a Let's Play, but I don't want Let's Plays to be a dominant thing. I think a Let's Play video a week is fine. I think that that's good even. So we are definitely going to keep this pretty chill in terms of how often we do it. Sorry, I did not mean to kick you, little buddy. Now we are going to be able to go ahead. Let me just make sure that there's nothing here, because there are times, if I remember correctly, when there is stuff in this. And let me make sure that I don't drown. Okay. And now we are going to go ahead and go on down. Let's see what we can find over in the Dry Lagoon. I like this level. I think this level is a very good introduction to Rouge as a character. Let's go ahead and see where stuff is at. So, okay, so it should be. It is not over here. Come on, is it? It is getting lower, so that means that it should be somewhere. Is it over here? Is it over here? Let me see if it's up on... There it is. It's up on top. Love to see it. Perfect. 2,000 points. Let's go, baby. Alright, cool. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to visit this section to see if there's anything over here. There is not, which means that it is probably underwater. And that is not a great time. I see it right there. Can we reach it? There we go. All right, cool. Oh, that was the third one. Huh. That is very interesting. Let me make sure I get out of the water. Okay. So that means that now we just need to go ahead and find the last one, and we will be able to go ahead and call this right here. I have thought of recording other games for videos, and I definitely plan to do that. If I do that, I might break the rules of more than once a week a Let's Play video, just so that way we can go ahead and start to make some progress. But as you can see here, we're actually progressing through this game at an alright clip. We're not progressing through it like at the speed of sound or anything, but it's also not terrible. Let me see if it's over here, which is what I suspect it might be. Just because I went to all of the major regions and did not get anything on my little tracker. So let me see. Aha, I knew it. Love when you have common sense in a video game. Just perfect. The most powerful strategy of all. Okay, there we go. Let's go. So as you can see here, this is another nice, neat 15-minute video. We are going to go ahead and try to speed through some of this. We got an A rank. You'll love to see it. We are going to let the next cutscene play out, and then we are going to end up at the desert level for Eggman, where he has to go through the sandy region. Is it called? I knew it was called Sand Ocean. I just couldn't remember. I couldn't remember in time. You hate to see it. But yeah, we are going to go ahead and start to cut the video right here, just because this is a nice little ending point. Let me go ahead and then, yeah. So that way everything is nice and saved. Yeah. This has been all for this video. I'm excited to be back. I did take a day off. That's okay. Life happens, but I'm excited to be back. Tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if the video topic is a jump chain thing. I'm not gonna try to pigeonhole myself and put words into my mouth that I may regret later. But I do suspect that is what we're going to talk about. I don't know if we are going to continue the generic gamer discussion or if we're going to discuss something else. But either way, I'm excited to talk about whatever we talk about, and I can't wait to hear from you all. Bye-bye, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day.